सो हे एवरीवन, गुड इवनिंग एंड हैप्पी इंडिपेंडेंस डे टू ऑल। ठीक है, सो एक बार सबको ऑनलाइन आ जाने देते हैं, फिर हम आज का लाइव डिस्कशन स्टार्ट करेंगे। आज हम 3 चीज़ों पर डिस्कशन करेंगे। सबसे पहली चीज़ जो क्लिनिकल साइंस के इंटरव्यूज़ सबसे पहली चीज़ जो क्लिनिकल साइंस के इंटरव्यूज़ हो रहे हैं, ठीक है, या जो ट्रेनिंग हो रही है उसमें काफ़ी स्टूडेंट्स को प्रॉब्लम आ रही है। इंटरव्यूज़ में भी जैसे कुछ स्कैम मिल रहे हैं या ट्रेनिंग में भी कुछ प्रॉब्लम आ रही है कि पूरा मतलब सारी चीज़ें नहीं पढ़ाई जा रही, काफ़ी चीज़ें रह जा रही, जैसे क्लिनिकल पार्ट पूरा ही छोड़ दिया जा रहा है। एक तो पहली चीज़ ये डिस्कस करेंगे, स्कैम इन ट्रेनिंग एंड जॉब्स। ठीक है, दूसरा टॉपिक ये रहेगा कि जिन्होंने ट्रेनिंग ले ली है, चाहे उन्होंने कहीं से भी ट्रेनिंग ले ली है और उसके बाद जॉब ढूंढ रहे हैं, और जॉब ढूंढने वाले टाइम मतलब जो स्पान है जॉब ढूंढने का, वो उनका बढ़ता जा रहा है, तो उनको क्या करना चाहिए। ठीक है, जो जॉब हंटिंग वाले जर्निंग में है। एंड तीसरी चीज़ जो लर्नर है, जो न्यू लर्नर, उनको क्या चीज़ें अपने माइंड में रखनी चाहिए। ये 3 पॉइंट्स के ऊपर डिस्कशन करेंगे। स्कैम इन ट्रेनिंग एंड प्लेसमेंट, सेकंड चीज़ जिनका टाइम बढ़ता जा रहा है, जिन्होंने ट्रेनिंग ले ली है अभी तक जॉब नहीं मिली, उनको क्या करना चाहिए। तीसरी चीज़ जो न्यू लर्नर है, ठीक है, और स्पेशली ये क्लिनिकल साइंस के ऊपर होगा। सो एक बार सबको ज्वाइन हो जाने देते हैं, फिर आज का डिस्कशन स्टार्ट करेंगे। और गाइज मुझे एक बार कमेंट्स में ज़रूर बताओ कि मेरी आवाज़ क्लियर आ रही है कि नहीं। ओके, एम आई क्लियर टू यू ऑल और नॉट? So hey Sachin, hey stay tuned, good evening, it's clear, okay. Ansh is asking a question, I want to share something very serious and important, where I can connect. Okay Ansh, as of now there is no option like there is 2 options, Instagram and one-to-one counseling, but one-to-one counseling is paid. So what you can do, Ansh, you can connect me through Instagram, okay, or you can do one thing, through one-to-one counseling as well you can connect me, because in Instagram a lot of messages are there, so it is difficult to find. So you can go with in the one-to-one counseling option, go with the least price option, and I'll refer you the money again, okay, once we got connected the particular time slot. You can explore these 2 options. In Instagram also you can connect, but a lot of messages are there, so you can connect through one-to-one counseling and I'll refund your money, okay. Vishal, hi sir, where I can find scenario based questions for an interview preparation? ठीक है, so Vishal is asking where I can find scenario based questions. See, if you go on Google now, you'll find a lot of questions, okay, a lot of questions are there on Google. Second thing, soon I'll release a list of questions which has been actively asked in the clinical science interviews. At least I'll release 50 or 100 questions, okay, scenario based questions. Stay tuned is asking, hi sir, I want to do masters in hospitals administration, want to stop SAS, I'm not understanding that well, so I want to do masters and do SAS after that. What to do, can you please suggest? So stay tuned. As of now my question is, are you learning SAS as of now after completing your completion of your BTech? Okay, after completing your graduation, are you learning SAS now? Because you are telling you are not understanding, so you are learning by self or from any training institute? Okay, Vishal, yeah Vishal, okay. Sachin, bro, pharma MBA or medical coding or clinical science? See, pharma MBA, it's totally about academic education. Clinical science, it's totally about a skill. okay, that is required on a particular role. Okay, now if you compare all those things, what I'll suggest, if you are looking for a high paying skill, then clinical science is good. If you're looking for education, then in education you can do MBA. See, one is education. After doing B Farm, you can work on multiple roles on PV, CRA, clinical SAS, medical coder, multiple roles. So a role is different, education is different. Because after completing your academic education in the market, there are multiple roles. Then you need to figure out for which role I want to prepare. And there is a role clinical SAS or statistical programmer. For that you need this knowledge of SAS. Not only SAS, clinical SAS. Ansh, okay sir, I'll connect you soon. Please make video on what problems SAS programmer may face. Start his first job as a fresher, how to overcome with the problems. Ansh, the very first problem you'll face after completing your training, that is lack of patience. Like what happened, what is happening, what institutes are doing. Okay, they are simply telling you that this is 4 or 5 months of training, most of them. Okay, or maybe some 6 months of training or 7 months of training, and after the training will provide you vacancies, will provide you job assistance. Okay, now directly what happened, you assume okay, after the training they'll provide some placement or some assistance, at least interview. So after the training you start looking for it. Now 90% of time from your training institute you will not hear any vacancy, or they'll not refer you. Okay, 90 or 99% of time, I am damn sure about it. So what happened, you just ask them actively about vacancies, and again they might tell you that as of now vacancies are not there, and that is sometimes correct as well. Not every time vacancies are there. Maybe within a span of 3 months, there can be no opening. After 3 months, again for another 1 or 2 months there will be opening. Again after 2 or 3 months openings will be not there. So this is a cycle, this will keep going. So as of now, let me tell you, two of our students got interview, okay, in August, and last month none of them got interview. So interviews are there, but it is less for sure. Now if you are dependent upon your institute, then you will not hear vacancies from them, and at the end of the day you will get frustrated, you will lose your patience that what is happening. So let me tell you a very clear thing, truth, that you should have a patience of 8 months to 1 year if you are planning to get into this role. So what I suggest to most of the people, okay, because this role is going to take time. The learning can take time, max 4 months. But what happened, not every time interviews are there. Maybe some months interviews are there, maybe some months interviews are not there. Okay, in case you are in eager, you are in need of job, so what you should do, you should join a job. Okay, on top of that you should continue your job hunting in clinical SAS after learning, okay, along with your job. So once you get the job or interviews in clinical SAS, once you crack it, leave your current job and switch into this role. So this will be a better option instead of being dependent upon institute that they will give you interviews or they will provide you a job. You will end up hearing okay, as of now no vacancies are there, or these things. So this is a problem, okay, and they will tell you within 4 months will provide you assistant or these things, you'll get a job. So these are the wrong things, guys. Don't be dependent upon your institute for job, for sure. They might give you a good training. An institute can give you good training, good knowledge, good guidance, a clear crystal roadmap, and a guidance at the end of the day. After completing the training, you can even receive guidance from them if they are providing, depend upon. So these are the things you can assume, and you should be planned accordingly. Ajay is asking best time to start preparing for SAS for life science student. Best time, you can start in your academic itself, in the second year or last year. Okay, because whenever you start learning it will take time. As I told, for learning it can take 4 to 5 months. For getting job again it can take 4 months. The whole journey can take up to 8 or 9 months. Swami is asking, brother, please do video in English because people from South India can't understand. My request, I'm from Andhra Pradesh. Swami, yeah, in the coming videos, I'll try to make the videos in English only, okay? Stay tuned. Yes, sir, I have completed my training after graduation but want to do masters. So if you want to do masters, then do it. Why you're stopping yourself? SAS is a skill that is required on a particular role. If you want to do masters, that is academic, just do it. You should not have the regret at the age of 35 or 30 like that I haven't done my masters. If you want to do it, just do it. Why you are worrying about it? But if you are in very much need of job, okay, and then you should go for like XYZ job and continue your journey for hunting jobs in clinical SAS. Vishal is asking, sir, one more query. I have also given SAS aptitude test for Sino's Health. I was full confident that I'll be selected for further round, but they mailed me that you didn't clear the test. Vishal, when did you receive the mail, and at what, on which date the interview happened? Just confirm me this. And now coming to this question that you are very confident about the interview rounds or the interview. So just confirm me how many rounds were there. Okay, and which were they? Like today I just made a video on that Sino's interview. Is it the same rounds or it was different? So I can tell you accordingly what can be the reason. Swami is asking, brother, should AI replaces clinical SAS programmer as like software engineers, Java, Python? So see, in SAS software, the company itself is going to they are going to merge the AI part. Okay, they are adding new features like AI in SAS, and the company is going to invest in the coming years $1 billion. So SAS as in software itself is going to be powerful. Hope you are understanding. So there is one thing, if you are upgrading your skills in every 5 years, nothing can replace you. Even the companies are working like SAS, as you know, AI is booming, right? So SAS is also actively improving their software. They are merging the AI part as well in SAS. Mr. Nitesh, sir, I want to planning to join great online course for clinical SAS YouTube channel. Is there any fake? Is it fake or real channel? Great online course is actually real, but make sure guys, from wherever you are taking training, you should get good training and good guidance. And the best way is don't, if you are assuming they'll give you placement, so that is a trap. None of institute can give you, I can assure you this. But at the end of the day, you should look for a good training and good guidance. So the best way to get this information is you can connect to some of the students who already completed the training from Great Online. Okay, you can just check on LinkedIn, you might find some people who completed clinical SAS. So if they are telling the training was great, okay, and there is good support they are getting from Great Online, okay, then you can go for it. So take a feedback from the students who already completed. Okay, Arjun, fee of your organization. Arjun, for that you can connect to me. In this video description, there is one-to-one counseling option. From there, you can connect to me. We'll have a discussion over there. Okay. Or you can check in channel about section as well. There is also option one-to-one counseling. Through that, you can connect to me. And there we can discuss in detail about the training, because what I believe, you are taking training from someone, just knowing the fees, how can you start training? Ultimately you need knowledge. Have you talked to that trainer or the guy? So it seems I'm still live, but I cannot see in the system. Guys, just confirm me in the comments once. Okay. The reason was the Malik live stream got stuck was I got one call, okay, and this live I am doing from my phone. So because of the call, this live got interrupted. Okay, so let's take the questions from where it was pending. So I'm just rereading the questions. Vishal is asking also 9 students didn't clear the test. Vishal is telling also. Okay, let me. Vishal is telling, sir, one more query I also given. Okay, this already I have read. Also 9 other students with me didn't clear the test. Did your student the clear test? I didn't got any confirmation from him as of now. Okay, I'll just confirm with him as well, from him as well, Vishal. Mr. Nitish, sir, I want to planning to join. Okay, this I think already I have answered. For Arjun as well. Stay tuned. So I want to do masters because there is no job for fresher more than 1 year, so that's why waste of time. Stay tuned. It's not like there is no job, but this is a brutal, like you can say, brutal truth of life. Whenever you complete either it's your graduation or masters, you have to suffer for the coming 6 months if you didn't got the campus placement. So why this happened? Because we never planned about our jobs and placement in the college. In the last year itself, you should start planning for which role you want the job. Okay, after completing education, there are multiple department, multiple roles for you are eligible. Okay, but what happened? We are not sure for which role we want the job. So what happened? We start looking here and there. We found some course. We start learning. Again, it's gonna take time. So that is a part of process. If you are not doing this thing in your college in your last year, then you have to spend time. Either it's your masters, either it's your graduation. So the situation will be same. Yeah, there might be some betterment, 20 or 30% after masters. Someone is asking, okay sir, after learning base SAS, I'm pursuing the training SQL. Eligible to apply fresher job, wait to finish SQL. So to apply for jobs, at least you should complete your base and advanced SAS. For practicing scenario based questions, there are 2 ways. You can get questions on Google as well. You can get questions on ChatGPT as well. On top of that, maybe in the coming days, in the coming week, I'll upload 50 scenario based questions. That is from real time interviews. Okay. Kati is asking, sir, in present situation for software engineer, there is no graduate for guarantee for job secure. So his SAS will be good field to secure job. So this is one of the good question. In software companies like Google, Amazon, and many other big companies, you have found they have fired people. Okay, big companies as well. But in the CROs, you haven't you will not find any firing on the clinical SAS role or statistical programmer role. Okay, so this is a difference between them. So stability is good in the clinical part compared to software part for long time or long term. Anshi is asking, will disclose about the wrong practices being done with students by institute will be amazed to the fee amount charged, sir. Sure, Ans. After this live itself, you can just connect me. Even you just try pinging me on Instagram as well. Okay. Ping me 2-3 times continuously on Instagram. Maybe your chat will pop up at the top. Manvi is telling, sir, bachelor's degree, like even Ansh, few scams or things I also know, but I am bound to not openly tell these names of institute and what scam they are exactly doing, because they are some big institute, right? I cannot take the names. But maybe I can make people aware, okay? That is the best I can do, I think. मानवी इज आस्किंग, सर बैचलर डिग्री कंप्लीट हो गई है पर मुझे कन्फ्यूजन है कि पोस्ट ग्रेजुएशन करूँ. अगर बैचलर डिग्री कंप्लीट हो गई है और पोस्ट ग्रेजुएशन करना है तो या तो आप मास्टर करो, ठीक है, मतलब एक तरह से पूरा मास्टर्स का कोई अच्छा प्रोग्राम करो जिसमें मतलब डिमांड भी हो या जिसमें आपने कंप्लीट किया है ऑलरेडी उसी से रिलेटेड, या तो आप अच्छी स्किल ले लो. See guys, your education and the job is two different things. You can have a very good education but you can have a very bad job. You can have a very good education but you can have a very bad job. You know why? Because you are not clear that the education I have done, the academic like I have completed, or in the domain I have done my masters or BTech or graduation. Now after that, for which of the roles I am eligible for. Now you end up joining some role which is not going to pay you high because the skills are not good over there. That is a normal work. So ultimately you need to figure out after your education which are the job roles, which are the high paying job roles after your education related to your domain. Okay, like in clinical there are multiple departments, in CROs multiple roles, but only maybe 5 roles or 3 roles will be paying very high or very good salary. Okay, so you need to figure out, even after doing PhD you are working on some role, in that growth is not there, so ultimately you are not going to learn more and you are not going to earn more. Okay, you know that system in government, like we have government jobs A, B, C, D grade, similarly in private as well. So it matters on what job role you are working. According to the job role, your growth will be there, the demand will be there, and the salary will be there. Chakri is asking, has there any fresher job in SAS going on to release for SAS? Yeah. In the coming week, one company is having vacancy, but let the interview happen. After the interview, I'll tell the company name. Okay, in this live video itself, maybe the live will over today itself, but in the comment section I'll tell the company name. Okay, within 5 days. Maybe the interview is going to happen day after tomorrow. So I'll inform at the same day once the interview is completed. So there can be one question, sir, if interview is there, why cannot I tell in the YouTube? The problem is that, let's suppose if some of my students are getting interview, if I am telling openly that this company is having the interview and interview is going to happen before the interview is happening, so what will happen? A lot of people will apply for the same role. Maybe the candidate whose interview was scheduled, he can lose his interview or her interview. Okay, there can be probability of that. That's why I'll always make sure that if any of my students is telling like in this company some interviews are there or they are getting the interview, so I'm informing in the open platform after the interview, not before the interview. Ajay is telling, is it easy to get internship for role SAS programmer, as I have no pressure to earn from day one? No, it's not easy, Ajay. In clinical, internship and job is same, like even they are giving the internship na, so they will select you from many people for internship as well. So in clinical, if they are giving you internship na, 80% of chances are there they are going to select you. Okay. मानवी टेलिंग, मैंने बीएससी माइक्रोबायोलॉजी से किया है तो क्या मुझे भी सैस मिल सकती ग्रेजुएशन के बाद? ऑफ कोर्स मानवी, आप कर सकते हो. सो एनी पर्सन फ्रॉम लाइफ साइंस, क्लिनिकल, फार्मेसी रिलेटेड, दे आर एलिजिबल फॉर क्लिनिकल सैस रोल. आतिश बोल रहे हैं, सर योर ट्रेनिंग फी ऑफ क्लिनिकल सैस हाउ मच इट इज़? आतिश, फॉर दैट अबाउट ट्रेनिंग एंड एवरीथिंग, if you want to know in detail, you can connect me. In the video there is a like option one-to-one counseling, from there you can connect to me. Vishal is telling about Sino's health interview pattern. So HR set up one HR call. What you know about the company, basic detail, 25th of June. Step 2, aptitude. All your video is round 2. Okay, 4th of August where I rejected 14th August. Then step 3, technical step for final round. Okay, विशाल जो आपने बोला है ना वो लिटिल बिट थोड़ा कंफ्यूजन लग रहा है मेरे को. Okay, but let me tell you what can be the reason you got rejected. So the reason can be multiple. Whenever the interview happened na, so let me tell you my experience. When 3-4 years back, when I was giving interview, so there was like one MNC interview. It was like one of the dream company for me at that time. Okay, in clinical. So I have given the interview, and what happened, I was feeling like I'll not get selected. The interview went well, but like not that much, because even I was not prepared fully for the interview. And it was technical round with the manager and director. They have taken 2 different rounds. And what was happening at that time, I was in Hyderabad working in night shift for one CRO. It's been 1 month only. And in the day my interview was there. So what was happening, just before the interview, 30 minutes before, I was waking up and like just be ready for the interview. Okay, in the PG itself. So I was not ready for the interview and I was giving the interview. So I was thinking like I'll get rejected, but unfortunately I got selected. I don't know how. So like ultimately, if I'll rate myself, the interview went well. Like out of 10, you can give me 6 or 7. That was not that much bad. But what I found, a lot of people who were there, they were SAS certified in the interview, and they are from statistics, B Pharma background, and my academic background was mechanical, even though I got selected. So what I mean to say, whenever interview happened, it depend upon, let's suppose there are 10 vacancies. Okay, now they have chosen 50 people for interview. They have choose 50 people for interview. Now they will take the interview of 50 people, and from the 50 people cohort, they are going to choose 10 people. they are going to select for that role. So it means they will take the entry of all of the 50 people, then finally they're gonna decide. So let's suppose you have given your interview best, but there is a cutoff, right? If someone have given, like if all the cohort have given the interview in a best way, so the cutoff will like go up, right? The minimum score or the average score. So let's suppose now the another let's suppose 50 people interview was there, all have given good, right? So they'll select the best ones in that case. And there are multiple things. So if there is like one-to-one session or manager round or director round, so mostly it is like that as well, how you are communicating to them, how you are explaining the things. Okay, and communication plays a very important role. If there is managerial or director round, any of this round, how you are communicating, how you are explaining, how you are dealing with the question which you are not knowing. These are very important things apart from the technical. So this can be the reason, one of the reason. Maybe if there was any technical round or communication round, like in that you might have not performed well, or the bunch of people who are there along with you in the interviews, they have performed very well. Okay, so ultimately they have filtered you out and they selected the top 10 maybe. That can be one of the reason, what I am understanding, Vishal. Sadashiv is telling, please tell few topics from clinical domain which interviewer asks us to code in technical round. See, from clinical domain they'll not tell you to code, but they'll for sure ask. Okay, in most of the cases they'll not tell you to code, but they can ask about clinical. Like the basic question can be, what are the things you learned in clinical? Then you need to explain. Now the next question will be like there can be a question about clinical trial phases, maybe spec and all the documents, protocol. Now the main questions will be like, have you created any HDM, ADAM or table or listing? If you have, they might ask you which domain, which data set you have created. If it is DM, then which of the variables you created. Then they might ask you, okay, for this variable, you might tell, okay, these are the variable. Then they might ask you a complex variable in the particular data set, how you did the programming for it. Okay, so these questions they might ask. So they will try to understand you, like what you did. So ultimately the interviewer is there to understand you, what knowledge you are having, is it correct knowledge or not, or like how much knowledge you are having, and how you are able to explain. And if you are unable to explain properly, or how you are dealing with the question, or if you don't know the answer. So there are many things, but technically in clinical the very important thing is like SDM, ADAM table listing, and the documents like protocol, CRF, specs. Okay, Sachin is asking, I'm planning to go for clinical sales, but in our college medical coding campus will come soon. What should I do now? See, if you are getting job opportunity in your college for medical coding, go for it na. For learning clinical SaaS, you don't need to sit empty and just learn the whole day. For learning clinical SaaS, you can easily learn along with your job. If your job is not like too much hectic, you should at least get 1 hour in a day or 2 hours in a day to learn clinical SaaS. That's all. So join this job opportunity as a medical coder, and then you can go for clinical SaaS. Okay, along with your job you can learn clinical SaaS, and once you get the interview opportunity, give the interviews. Once you crack the interview, just go for it. Switch from your current role. Swami is asking, brother, what was the reason for companies not hiring freshers, mostly in a particular reason? Swami, the reason is like what I am understanding, from last 1 or 2 years, you will find the hirings are less in each of the role, for all of the role mostly. Okay, hirings are like, let's suppose if 200 hirings were there, Okay, now the hiring is like 100 or 150. Okay, or sometimes 50 as well for all the roles. It's not about specific domain or specific role. Now these were one reason, and another reason was the rise of fake experience, because a lot of people are using fake experience, a lot of institute are trying to give fake experience, so the companies also got the habit and they are looking for like the people having with minimum 1 year of experience. So this too can be the major reason, but still hirings are there, and maybe like in the coming days hirings will fully resume again and a lot of people will start getting jobs. Now in the coming, like in these days, okay, from last 1 or 2 year, hirings are there but it is less. Every second or third month interviews are happening. Like you can see in the comment Swami itself, there is one hiring, like Vishal is telling about Cinos. Even one of my student also got the interviews in Cinos. And again, like in coming 3 days, one interview is going to happen for SAS role. So hirings are there, but that is less. So let's suppose 100 people are there. So 10 or 20 people might get selected at the particular timestamp, or let's suppose at the particular month or particular day. And again in the coming cohort, the another 90 or 80 people gonna apply. This is a small cohort or ratio I'm telling. You can apply on the large scale. So another again 90 people will apply, and again 30 or 40 people, or according to the vacancies they will select, and again that people, the bunch of people will get rollover, right? So but at the end of the day, who are like showing the consistency and they are upgrading their skill actively, they are applying actively, they are getting the interviews. Yeah, I can like tell you, yeah, ratio is less, but they are getting the interviews and getting selected as well. Mr. Nitesh, sir, I want to join your institute for learning SAS. Mr. Nitesh, for this you can connect to me through one-to-one counseling option, and most probably next month. Ritesh is asking, okay, yes you are love sir. Okay, ये चीज़ मुझे समझ नहीं है रितेश. अंकित टेलिंग आ रही आवाज़. ओके, आई थिंक दिस, ये आपने मुझे तब बताया जब मेरी लाइक वीडियो स्टक हो गई थी, बट टिल नाउ आई वाज टेकिंग द प्रीवियस क्वेश्चंस. सो मानवी बैचलर्स डिग्री कंप्लीट हो गई है, पर मुझे कन्फ्यूजन है कि पोस्ट ग्रेजुएशन करूँ. सो मानवी लाइक कोई भी करो, मास्टर्स करो, पोस्ट ग्रेजुएशन करो, कोई भी पढ़ाई करनी करो, बट अलॉन्ग विद दैट फोकस ऑन वन पर्टिकुलर स्किल कि जॉब किस रोल पे करनी है. तो जिस रोल पे जॉब करनी है उसकी तैयारी पहले से ही कर लो, पढ़ाई पूरी करने के बाद नहीं, ठीक है. और आपको पढ़ाई करनी है तो मानवी कर लो, ठीक है. इफ़ देयर इज़ नो फाइनेंशियल इशू, जस्ट गो कंप्लीट योर एजुकेशन. यू वांट टू डू मास्टर्स, एनी एजुकेशन, जस्ट गो फॉर इट. बट एकेडमिक होता है, जॉब स्किल होती है. नाउ यू नीड टू डिसाइड आफ्टर दैट कि मुझे क्या करना है. मुझे स्टैटिस्टिकल प्रोग्रामर पे काम करना है, तो उसके लिए मुझे बेस एडवांस क्लिनिकल और प्रोजेक्ट की नॉलेज होनी चाहिए, ठीक है. सैस सॉफ्टवेयर में और क्लिनिकल डोमेन की भी नॉलेज, तो वो स्किल आपको एक्वायर करनी पड़ेगी. एकेडमिक अपना जो एजुकेशन होता है वो हमें एलिजिबल बनाता है किसी कंपनी में या बंच ऑफ कंपनीज में काम करने के लिए, बट अल्टीमेटली जिस रोल पे काम करना है वो आपको डिसाइड करना पड़ता है. नहीं तो बाय डिफ़ॉल्ट कंपनीज के पास जो भी रोल अवेलेबल होगा एज़ पर योर एकेडमिक, जिन पे भी आप एलिजिबल होगे वो आपको पुट कर देगी. लेट्स सपोज 20 रोल थे, उसमें से 5 रोल ऐसे थे जो लो पेइंग जॉब्स थे, जिसमें स्किल ज़्यादा नहीं थी. आप उसमें भी जॉब लग सकती है, लेकिन अगर आपने खुद ने चूज़ कर लिया है ये 5 अच्छी जॉब्स है, इसकी स्किल ये है, इसमें से मैं ये पर्टिकुलर रोल चूज़ कर रही हूँ, अब उसके लिए ये स्किल मुझे चाहिए होगी, वो स्किल आप एक्वायर कर रहे हो. नाउ यू कैन डायरेक्टली अप्लाई, यू नो द थिंग्स, राइट. आपने चीज़ें पता कर ली हैं, आप उसी रोल के लिए अप्लाई करोगे. एंड कंपनीज विल ऑल्सो एंटरटेन यू, दे माइट इवन सेलेक्ट यू. वाई? बिकॉज यू आर क्लियर विद द थिंग्स, you know the things or the knowledge which is required for the particular role. Yuvraj is telling, sir, companies hiring for data science role are very less in number. What should I do now? So Yuvraj, as per your academic, whatever job you are getting now in the immediate basis, join that job first. Okay, after that start looking for the job which you have decided. It might take time, maybe 1 year, but you will surely get the job within 1 year. Avesh Sayyed, sir, suggested for B Pharma, which skill is good? There are multiple schools like CDM, statistical. Okay, these are the like good paying roles, and the work is also good, and the pay is also good, and the demand is also good. So you can consider CDM and statistical. For getting job in CDM and statistical, you need the knowledge of SAS only. Kati is asking how to get job in SAS programmer in foreign countries. It's very simple. Get some experience in India, at least 3, 4, 5 years of experience. Then you can start applying for jobs. Okay? Because once you have experience, each of the country and companies will entertain you, no matter it is in India or it's in like abroad. Drug and pharmacist. Sir, I'm interested in clinical research industry, 7 SEM B Pharm, salary is pharmaceutical industry, not good. If you are learning SAS, drug and pharmacist, I have made a playlist for that. Okay, for SAS freshers. There are bunch of videos in that playlist. Just go and check that playlist. मानवी, सर ग्रेजुएशन करके हम SAS नहीं जा सकते क्या? मानवी, ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. आप ग्रेजुएट हो या मास्टर्स किया हो, दोनों ही बेसिस पे आप SAS कर सकते हो. बट अगर आपके मन में एक क्वेश्चन है कि मुझे मास्टर्स करना है, अगर ऐसा दुविधा है आपके मन में, तो उसे कर लो पूरा. एटलीस्ट आपको बाद में ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए कि मैंने मास्टर्स नहीं किया, मुझे करना था, मुझे पढ़ना था. कर लो, और मास्टर्स करने के साथ SAS भी सीखो साथ में. तो जब तक आपका मास्टर्स पूरा होगा, आपने SAS अच्छे से सीख लिया होगा, फिर जॉब के लिए अप्लाई करना शुरू कर दो लास्ट सेम में या लास्ट ईयर में. और अपने ग्रेजुएशन के बाद भी कर सकते हो, ऐसा कुछ वो नहीं है, मतलब कि ग्रेजुएट के बाद नहीं लेते. स्टे ट्यून्ड सर, आई वांट टू डू मास्टर्स सर, दैट अलॉन्ग विथ दैट आई विल गो थ्रू SAS डेली. Stay tuned. Okay, stay tuned. That's good. Ashish Sari, can you tell me about your STDM course? I messaged you on WhatsApp. Ashish, could you ping me again now? Okay, I'll check after the session your ping, and I'll respond you there itself. Aniket, sir, now I'm learning SAS. Please tell me how to do practice. What should I do daily basis for developing my technical skills? Aniket, the simple trick is whatever you are learning daily, na, just practice it at least for 1 hour or 2 hours, and after practicing, solve some questions. You can even ask for questions from your training institute. Even you can get the questions on Google. Even you can ask questions to ChatGPT on the particular topic, and practice topic wise, and practice daily. Okay, daily practice will like make a lot of improvement. The chances are very high that if you are doing it daily, your logic will build. Like, why companies are not hiring? Like Suru, see, companies are hiring, but companies are not hiring in a scale. You can say companies are hiring, but they are not hiring in a scale. So let's suppose 1,000 people is there, na? So maybe 300 are getting interviews, 100 are getting selected, another 900 are not getting selected. Now they are getting rollover again after like in the next cohort when the interviews like the openings are going to open. So they are getting interviews in that. Again they are selecting 100 or 200 people. Again remaining people are there. So in that case, what happened, like if you are like applying in a consistent way, okay, if you are improving your knowledge as well, the chances are high you will get the interview. But don't wait, okay? Don't wait for the job. Just start your job. Okay, not, let's suppose you are preparing for clinical SAS role. You have done B Pharma. So you can work on a lot of like roles, right? In a lot of departments. So if you are getting any job, okay, at a particular time, so let's suppose if you are not getting for clinical SAS, so you should join. You should not wait like for 1 or 2 years. Drug and pharmacist, apart from SAS, what are the other computer skill is required? For which role you are asking drug and pharmacist? Because like skills and things knowledge is required according to the role. For which role you are asking the question, accordingly I can tell you. Nike is asking, is there any vacancy for freshers really? Nike, you can check in the comment itself. One guy Vishal and even one of my student, they got interviews in Sinos. And in the coming 3 days, again one of my student, she is going to get a interview. Okay, interview is already scheduled, and once the interview is completed, I'll tell you the company name as well. Suraj is asking how much hike gets after 1-2 year experience. Suraj, in clinical SaaS, you don't need to worry about hike and salary. Within 2 years, you can reach up to 10 to 12 LPA, even after 1 year itself. Okay, so the salaries are very good. It's no matter, like let's suppose if it is a top MNC, they are going to pay you 6, 7, 8 LPA or 10 LPA as a fresher. If it is a small company, they are going to pay you 3, 4 LPA maybe as a fresher, or 5 LPA. So once you get selected on this role now, once you get skill, okay, the same company is going to give you good hike, maybe 30, 40, 50 or 60 or 70% in the first year itself. And if you join another company, you're gonna easily get 100% hike. Let's suppose if your salary is 3 LPA, you're gonna get 6 LPA. If your salary is 6, you can reach up to 10 or 12 LPA. ड्रग एंड फार्मासिस्ट 180 वाला सर्टिफिकेट ज़रूरी नहीं है, बट उसको होने से आपको 10 या 20% बूस्ट मिल जाता है इंटरव्यूज़ में. मानवी इज आस्किंग सर, मास्टर्स करने के बाद कुछ इफ़ेक्ट पड़ता है क्या जॉब में, ग्रेजुएशन में? सी, मास्टर्स करने से मेरा ऐसा मानना है, क्योंकि कंपनीज इस तरह से भी सोचती हैं कि आपने मास्टर्स किया है तो आप थोड़ा वैल्यूबल हो. ठीक है, इस तरह से कंपनी सोचती हैं. आप जिसने मास्टर्स किया है, लेट्स सपोज किसी ने डिप्लोमा किया है, किसी ने डिग्री किया है, मास्टर्स किया है, तो पहले डिप्लोमा की बहुत वैल्यू थी, बट वो डिप्लोमा से वैल्यू हट के किस पे आ गई, डिग्री पे. आज के टाइम पे मिनिमम ग्रेजुएशन होना चाहिए किसी जॉब के लिए, मिनिमम ग्रेजुएशन मांगते हैं, राइट. अब भी डिप्लोमा की वैल्यू कम हो गई, तो ग्रेजुएशन के बाद अब कमिंग डेज में मुझे वो जो शिफ्ट दिखता आ रहा है ना, वो मुझे लग रहा है कि वो मास्टर्स पे जाएगा. ठीक है, 2 चीज़ों पे शिफ्ट हो रहा है. कंपनीज 2 चीज़ों पे ज़्यादा फोकस कर रही है, एक तो स्किल और दूसरा मतलब ग्रेजुएशन और मास्टर्स. अभी तो इन 3 चीज़ों पे है, या तो आपके पास ग्रेजुएशन हो, ग्रेजुएशन के साथ स्किल हो, या तो आपके पास मास्टर हो, मास्टर के साथ स्किल हो. सो मास्टर्स अगर किया है तो 10-20% बेनिफिट मिल जाएगा, बट फिलहाल के टाइम पे ऐसा कुछ भी नहीं है. आपने ग्रेजुएशन किया है, आप सारे रोल के लिए एलिजिबल हो. मानवी इज अगेन आस्किंग सर, ईयर गैप होता है क्या सर इसमें भी? और अगर सैस की ट्रेनिंग करने थी तो सी, अगर सैस की ट्रेनिंग में जो टाइम स्पेंड कर रहे हो उसको गैप क्यों काउंट करोगे? आप कंपनी को बोलोगे ना, मैंने ये टाइम ट्रेनिंग में स्पेंड किया है, आई हैव स्पेंडेड दिस टाइम ऑन ट्रेनिंग. ओके, सो दिट विल बी नॉट कंसिडर्ड एज गैप. रश्मि, वेबसाइट बताओ सर, आपसे करना है कोर्स. रश्मि, तो आप मुझे इंस्टाग्राम पे, ओके, इस आपको यहाँ पे वीडियो के डिस्क्रिप्शन में आपको एक इंस्टाग्राम का लिंक मिल जाएगा, नहीं तो चैनल के अबाउट सेक्शन में चले जाना एक इंस्टाग्राम पर, वहाँ पे मुझे 2-3 बार पिंग कर देना दैट हाई दिस साइड रश्मि हियर. इंस्टाग्राम पे प्रॉब्लम क्या होती है, बहुत सारे मैसेजेस होते हैं, तो मुझे पता नहीं चलता किसके कौन से मैसेजेस हैं, सेम नेम भी होते हैं. बट जो टॉपमेट है वहाँ पे क्या होता है, प्रॉपर्ली बुक करते हो 1-to-1 काउंसलिंग सेशन. तो वहाँ पे क्या होता है, मीटिंग होती है हमारी, ठीक है, एक वीडियो मीटिंग होती है, और वो पर्सनल होती है. वहाँ पे जो भी आपकी क्वेरी होती है मैं आंसर करता हूँ. आपको कोर्स ज्वाइन करना है उसके रिलेटेड जो क्वेश्चंस होती है मैं प्रॉपर आंसर करता हूँ. तो एक प्रॉपर मीटिंग होती है, बस ये डिफरेंस है. सो यू कैन पिंग मी ऑन, इफ यू आर एनेबल टू डू फ्रॉम टॉपमेट, यू कैन पिंग मी ऑन इंस्टाग्राम एज वेल, आई विल ट्राई टू चेक. Ritesh sir, what is the difference between statistical programmer, clinical data analyst? See, clinical data analyst will be working in CDM department. statistical programmer will be working in biometric as in statistical. So CDM is like the guard of data. They'll make sure the data is proper, the data is structured. Statistical is someone who will make sure the data is structured according to the SDM and ADAM guidelines. Okay, according to the CDISC, they will standardize the next level and they'll make it analysis level. So statistical programmer much focus is on the analysis and standardization according to the CDISC guidelines, and then creating table and listing like reports finally. So finally the work done by statistical programmer, okay, that will be the final work and it will be submitted to FD and client. Mrityunjay Pathak, sir, can you please make a video on type of question asking global based exam? Mrityunjay, I already made a video, global SAS exam roadmap. Just go and check that video. It's a 30 or 25 minutes video. I explained each and everything. How many questions they gonna ask, which questions they gonna ask, each and everything. What will be the pattern? Okay. Narla is asking, sir, what about PV in medical devices? That is also good. See, like as of now technology jobs are paying like more, and like let's suppose if you have to figure out now like which job is good or bad, simply find the job code, okay, and grade. On the job code, like you can like try to figure out the grade as well. So some like jobs are there, for them the grade is high, according to the grade the pay is high. So you can discuss with some people and you can compare like in PV or medical devices what is the pay, okay, like in PV roles or like what we say, especially the role you're talking about, as per my information the pay is not that much good, okay. In pharmacovigilance the pay is not that much good and the work is studious, people are working 8 or 9 or 10 hours as well, because I have trained to one student who was working in IQVIA, okay, as in PV department, and now after learning SAS he switched to LabCorp. Now he's working in LabCorp on SAS. But still you can just compare, okay, with your known ones, or if someone you know, just compare this thing, the PV grade and salary and the statistical programmer grade and salary. You'll get idea about in detail. But if you're getting any job now, if you're empty, you're not having any job, if you're getting any job, just like start it, okay. Satya से कोर्स करने के लिए प्रोसेस क्या है? Satya, you can connect me. There is an option one-to-one counseling. You can check in video description and channel about section as well. ठीक है, वीडियो के डिस्क्रिप्शन में भी एक लिंक मिल जाएगा और चैनल के अबाउट सेक्शन में भी, वहाँ से आप मुझे कनेक्ट कर सकते हो. Kati, I'll make a video on this. I'm just marking your question about SAS developer, okay. Sachin, mostly 99% no or 95% no. Let's suppose even in 5% you are working in night shift in some small company or some company, okay, then you can switch to the remaining 95% of companies. Only 5% of companies are there, they might be telling you like for doing night shift. Rest 95% they are working in day shift. Rashmi, I already answered this. You can connect me through one-to-one counseling. In channel description link is there and channel about section as well. Avesh, sir, data science are used in CRO pharma healthcare. Can companies hire B pharma student as data scientist? Of course, Avesh, why not? I think in Novartis you can check. In Novartis I have seen some role with Python. Some people working with the knowledge of Python, so you can explore that role. But I exactly don't know what they are working like on. because as a statistical programmer I know what's the work is there using SAS. Abhishek sir, please tell me about any latest vacancy. Abhishek, I can tell you maybe in the coming 3 days. See, recently Sinos have taken interviews. In the coming days, one company in Ahmedabad, they are going to take interview. One of our like student, he got interview over there. Like the interview is already scheduled. Once the interview will happen, it will complete. I'll let you know the company name. Mr. Nitesh, no. बीकॉम के बाद क्या करना सही रहेगा, इसके ऊपर मैं ट्राई करूँगा रोहन, मैं एक वीडियो बनाऊँ प्रॉपर, ठीक है. एज लिमिट नहीं होती रश्मि इन रोल्स पे, देयर इज़ नो एज सच एज लिमिट. स्वप्निल, व्हाट इज़ द डिफरेंस बिटवीन बायोस्टेशन एंड SAS प्रोग्रामर? द डिफरेंस इज़ वेरी सिंपल. SAS programmer or statistical programmer, they'll be mostly working on data, okay, they'll be mostly doing or dealing with the coding part. Biostatistician is someone who will be mostly doing the documentation part, like they'll be contributing in the protocol, they might be contributing in the SAP, they might be checking your finalized data like SDM, ADAM, table listing, okay. Once you complete your work, okay, once you complete your coding, they might check your final data, is it appropriate or not, because they have created the mock shell. According to the mock shell you have done the programming, so what they have made it accordingly, you made the correct output or not, okay. So their work is mostly on the documentation part. Again, yeah, they'll be like, they should also have the knowledge of SAS, because sometimes they need to run, not sometimes, they have to do QC as well, okay, of the table listings or SDM or ADAM, okay, and they might have to work on SAS as well. So but mostly their work is on the documentation part, in the contribution of creation of mock shells, okay. And as a statistical programmer, your contribution will be 90% in the programming only, doing the data analysis and creating the reports using the specs and mock shells, and the mock shells which will be generated by statistician only, biostatistician, created by them only. अजय सर, कॉलेज का CGPA मैटर करता है? नहीं अजय. Swapnil, many companies after MSc statistics and engineering background students for SAS role. Why this is happening? MSc microbiology can make a career in SAS? Of course Swapnil, you can. Even like even you can see I belong from mechanical background and I worked on this role. Even my students who are from mechanical, they got selected in Lilly, got a package of more than 8 LPA as a fresher. And even some recently one of my student Nilakshi, she got the confirmation for Pfizer. In April she got selected as an intern and she is from a statistics background. So like it doesn't matter from which background you are, but yeah, the company first preference is statistics, pharmacy or life science background like microbiology or these backgrounds, okay. Then the second preference is every other like domain. It can be mechanical, electrical or any engineering domains or graduates. Sachin, I have done my graduation in mechanical. Stay tuned. Reading interview questions, how it gonna help you? You need to solve all the scenario based question. If you have I don't know what happened to me, I got stuck. So if your institute have given you some questions, you need to solve that questions. Before appearing for interview, you need to at least solve 50 questions, scenario based questions or 100 questions. Once you solve 50 or 100 questions, now you will get confident to crack, you will get confidence to crack any interview. So मानवी पूछ रहे हैं सर, तो अगर मेरा 2020 में ग्रेजुएशन हुआ है, अगर मैं SAS की ट्रेनिंग करती हूँ तो क्या मुझे कोर्स करना? सी मानवी ये मान के चलो, सैस की ट्रेनिंग सीखना शुरू करते हो ना, तो जिस दिन से शुरू करते हो उस दिन से आपको जॉब लगने में 8 महीने लग सकते हैं या 1 साल भी। ठीक है, तो क्या वो 8 महीने या 1 साल का जो टाइम लगने वाला है, क्या आप उसके लिए रेडी हो? इफ़ रेडी हो देन नो इशूज़। बट आपको ऐसा है कि मुझे 3 महीने या 6 महीने में जॉब लगना है, फिर मान के चलो वो दिक्कत वाली बात है। बिकॉज आप क्लिनिकल साइंस की तैयारी कर रहे हो, एंड इफ़ यू आर थिंकिंग विद इन 3 और 6 मंथ्स आई गेट अ जॉब, देन द सिनेरियो इज़ डिफिकल्ट। चांसेस 10% ही है। लेकिन आप एज्यूम कर रहे हो कि विद इन 1 ईयर मेरा प्लेसमेंट हो जाएगा, देन चांसेस 90% है, 99% है। नितेश बोल रहे हैं कि सर आई अंडरस्टैंड इंग्लिश बट कांट स्पीक, इट्स पॉसिबल टू क्रैक इंटरव्यू इन हिंदी नॉलेज। सी नितेश, for interviews and especially clinical science interviews, English is mandatory. Okay, interviews are going to happen in English itself. Okay, maybe like if the interviewer feel good, like okay, he can talk to you, he can even like entertain you in Hindi as well, he might talk you, but ultimately they're gonna judge you on the basis like of your technical knowledge, the communication. Okay, so English is mandatory, but it is not something you should be like having 100% out of 10 English. If you are able to understand what they are trying to say, okay, or what they are telling to you, if you are able to just explain to them in English whatever you want to say, that's all. It is not something you should be having 10 out of 10. They also know you are fresher, right? Once you get the exposure of the industry, you will gradually learn like improve in English, right? Or you will improve your communication skill. So guys, you won't believe, even I have the issue in speaking English. You know why? Because now I'm not actively talking in English, right? English is something, until unless you are actively talking to people, okay, how it gonna improve, how it gonna like be a common thing for you? Okay, in my sessions mostly I'm using English, but apart from the sessions, mostly like rest like the whole day I'm spending or talking in English only, right? Like Hindi only. Okay, so ultimately it's a common thing that once you get the environment, then it gonna improve. Even companies know this, but the minimum requirement is like you should able to understand and you should able to speak. That's all. क्रिकेट बोल पूछ रहे रिप्लाई सर, क्रिकेट बोल आपका क्वेश्चन शायद बहुत ऊपर चला गया है, कैन यू आस्क अगेन? Abhishek is asking, I'm not able to find any hiring for fresher. Please tell me where I can find them. The best way is, Abhishek, connecting working professionals on LinkedIn. Stay tuned is asking, what are scenario based questions? Give me some example. There can be like multiple scenarios. Like one scenario can be, can you replace the missing values? Let's suppose one variable is there, in that some missing values is there. You want to replace the missing value with 0 if it is numeric, or you want to replace the name the missing value of a name variable with some Swapnil name. Okay, maybe Swapnil name. Or you want to replace missing values of a bunch of variables, 5 variables. Or let's suppose you have to extract a particular word, but they don't have a separator space between them. They have some delimiters like comma or asterisk symbol. So how you gonna separate? Now another scenario can be, let's suppose there can be multiple scenario. If I'll start speaking now, you'll get confused. What I'll do in the coming days, I'm gonna share all the questions along with the solution. Okay, in every week I gonna upload on this YouTube scenario based questions along with the solution. Recently I updated a video that is also an interview question, how to replace missing values in SAS. So as of now you can watch that video. MSD using fake experience, it's totally your choice, but if you are thinking okay, this will be a good thing for my career, then you can opt for it. But if you ask me, I never suggest anyone to go with fake experience. What I tell to student, let's suppose if you are like looking for some higher role and you are not getting it, So at least you can go with some lower role or the job you are getting according to your education. Get the job, start the job, and like again start preparing for the higher role. Okay, start preparing for it, keep applying, and sooner or later within 1 year you will get the job max. Stay tuned is asking, sir, if you do masters then the hard work which I have will be wasted. Alright, see, what I believe in life, whatever you do na, it never got wasted. Ultimately that gonna helpful in some way. Sachin, what may they ask in written test and interview in medical coding for fresher? Sachin, as of now I don't know specifically what questions they gonna ask, but that's a good thing. Next video I'll make on this as well, medical coder interview question. Okay, so this I can do. Yes, Bhushan. Nice telling, sir, everything is fake experience nowadays in data science field. Fake experience is everywhere. Okay, like, and that is creating the issue, I think, especially for fresher. Abhinav is telling, sir, please make a video on aptitude test person. Which topic should we prepare? Sorry guys. Sure, Abhinav. Abhinav, even I'll add in our syllabus as well. Like will not specially teach you the aptitude part, but will tell you, like in aptitude what they are asking, reasoning, or like what are the things are there, maths, logical. And I'll make a separate video as well for YouTube. Mr. Nitesh, sir, I'll plan clinical science course. See, if you're planning to start after completion of your education, again it's gonna take another 6, 7 or 8 months or maybe 1 year. So it's better to start in your last year or last sem, mostly in last year. Kati is asking, sir, I'm doing MSc chemistry but I'm interested in clinical science. Problem is, see, job security and growth is good. The only thing is you need to have the patience of 1 year or 8 months for getting into this job. Stay tuned. Sir, where will be scenario based question? Google and ChatGPT. Priyanshu. Of course, Priyanshu. So guys, I think I have taken most of the questions for today. Okay, and Ajay is asking, sir, max कितने ईयर का गैप अलाउड रहता है? सी, नेचुरली अगर 2 ईयर का गैप है ना तो उसे नेचुरल माना जाता है, एज सच उसको बहुत बड़ा नहीं माना जाता, लेकिन 2 ईयर से ज़्यादा हो जाता है जब 3, 4, 5 साल, तब उसको एक बड़ा गैप माना जाता है. बट दोनों ही केसेस में, इन बोथ द केसेस, इफ़ यू आर एबल टू जस्टिफाई इंटरव्यूअर लाइक व्हाट यू डिड इन दोस टाइम, वो क्यों इतना 2 साल लगा, देन इट्स टोटली फाइन, दे वांट टेक यू. Of course, Nitish, you're gonna get a recording as well, code as well, and notes as well. You'll get the session recording as well after the session, after the live session. Not this live session, guys. I am just telling to Nitish about SAS training sessions. So guys, finally let's end this live session. I think I have taken most of the questions. Now we can end successfully. So again, happy Independence Day to all. And at the end of this live session, I'll tell you one thing. A lot of people have this question that is this thing is difficult to learn? Is this thing is difficult to achieve? Or will I able to get it or not? But what I feel in life, guys, इज इट इफ समथिंग डिफिकल्ट इन लाइफ, अगर कुछ मुश्किल लग रहा है आपको, इट मीन्स क्या आप उसे अचीव ही नहीं करोगे लाइफ में? अगर कुछ लाइफ में बहुत बेहतर है, लेट सपोज देयर इज़ अ गुड जॉब, बट उसके स्किल सीखनी है, उसके लिए टाइम स्पेंड करना है, तो क्या आप मतलब ट्राई ही नहीं करोगे लाइफ में? यू हैव ओनली वन लाइफ। आई एम नॉट टेलिंग अबाउट दिस, आपको कहीं और कुछ करना है, आपको खुद का कुछ करना है, आपको अब्रोड जाना है, तो इट मीन्स जस्ट बिकॉज ऑफ फियर कि अभी पॉसिबल नहीं है, मार्केट डाउन चल रहा है, ये चल रहा है, उसकी वजह से आप अपने अंदर का जो वो है आप उसे छोड़ दोगे? व्हाट आई मीन टू से, आपको लाइफ में जो बनना है आप बन सकते हो, चाहे आपको खुद का कुछ करना हो, चाहे आपको जॉब लेनी हो, चाहे आपको कोई भी जॉब लेनी हो, बट द ओनली प्रॉब्लम इज यू नीड टू स्टार्ट फॉर दैट। इट डजेंट मैटर व्हाट इट इज़, यू नीड टू स्टार्ट। नाउ द सेकेंड थिंग, यू नीड टू हैव पेशेंस। आपको पेशेंस रखना पड़ेगा, बिकॉज किसी भी चीज़ को लाइफ में टाइम लगता है। थर्ड थिंग, अब पेशेंस रखने के लिए आपका लाइफ एक्टिव होना चाहिए। लाइफ एक्टिव यानी आपके पास कुछ ना कुछ होना चाहिए। लेट्स सपोज आपने ग्रेजुएशन ख़त्म किया, अब आप सोच रहे हो कि मैं लाइफ में कुछ और करूँगा, मुझे बाहर जाना है, आपने 2-3 साल निकाल दिए और बाहर नहीं जा पाए, तो वो एक गलत तरीका है। आप कोई जॉब स्टार्ट करो, आप खाली मत बैठो, नेवर सेट एम्प्टी। देयर इज़ वन लेसन लेट मी टेल यू कि कभी भी खाली मत बैठना लाइफ में। अगर आपको रेस्ट चाहिए, आप अपने जॉब से थक चुके हो, आप फ्रस्ट्रेट हो चुके हो, आपको रेस्ट चाहिए, तो आप उसे छोड़ के 6 महीने का रेस्ट ले लो, कोई बात नहीं। आप 6 महीने बिंदास घूमो, आपको जो करना है करो, बट आफ्टर दैट अगेन स्टार्ट। उसके बाद अगेन स्टार्ट कर दो, खाली मत बैठो कभी भी लाइफ में। देखो एक चीज़, देखो लाइफ में कभी भी आप ज़ीरो से, आप साइकिल चलाने के बाद से बाइक चलाते हो, फिर कार चलाते हो, पहले दिन कार नहीं चलाते ना। मे बी 10% ऑफ पीपल आर रिच, राइट, वो कार से ही चलते हैं, तो उनके बच्चे भी कार से चलते हैं, बट व्हाट इज़ द नेचुरल प्रोसेस? ओके, द नेचुरल प्रोसेस इज़ लाइक, पहले आप छोटी साइकिल चलाते हो, फिर बड़ी साइकिल चलाते हो, फिर बाइक चलाते हो, फिर कार चलाते हो। लाइफ में जब आप आगे बढ़ते हो, पहले आप लाइक साइकिल तो चलो मम्मी पापा ही खरीद देते हैं आपके लिए, बाइक शायद आप अपने लिए खरीदते होगे, या तो अगर आपके पेरेंट्स अफोर्ड कर सकते हैं तो बाइक या स्कूटी वो खरीद देते हैं। कार अगर आप खरीद रहे हो, अगर आपके पेरेंट्स के पास नहीं है तो मोस्टली आप खरीद रहे हो तो पहली बार खरीदोगे, तो अगर पेरेंट्स के पास नहीं है तो वो प्रोसेस कैसा होता है, स्टेप बाय स्टेप होता है। तो आप क्यों स्टक हो जाते हो लाइफ में? कुछ अगर आपने बड़ा गोल चूज़ किया है तो यू नो दैट गोना टेक टाइम एंड देयर इज़ अ प्रोसेस फॉर इट। तो मैं ऐसा सोच लूँ कि मैं ज़िंदगी में कार लूँगा तो ही मैं चलूँगा। इज़ इट अ राइट वे और इज़ इट अ राइट अप्रोच कि कार मैं लूँगा तो ही लाइफ में मैं आगे बढ़ूँगा, तो ही मेरी लाइफ मतलब मैं शुरू करूँगा। सिमिलरली व्हाट आई एम ट्राइंग टू से, डोंट सिट एम्प्टी एंड देयर इज़ नथिंग रॉन्ग। अगर आप किसी चीज़ की, अगर मुझे कार खरीदनी है लाइफ में तो मैं नहीं अभी खरीद पा रहा, देयर इज़ नथिंग रॉन्ग इन दैट, कुछ गलत नहीं है उसमें, देयर विल बी अ राइट टाइम। बट इफ़ आई एम सिटिंग आइडली, जस्ट आई एम फोकसिंग ऑन दैट कि मैं नहीं हो रहा, नहीं मिल पा रहा, पैसे नहीं है, ये है, क्या करूँ मैं लाइफ में, दैट इज़ नॉट अ गुड वे। बट इफ़ आई मेक अ प्लान, ओके, इफ़ आई फोकस ऑन माई करंट कि मेरा करंट बेटर होता जाए, मेरे पास जो करंट जो चल रहा है मैं उसमें कैसे बेटर कर सकता हूँ, और मुझे कोई जॉब स्विच करना है तो मैं कैसे कर सकता हूँ, मेरी स्किल में कैसे बेटर कर सकता हूँ, क्या मुझे उसके लिए अच्छी जॉब लेनी पड़ेगी या क्या करना पड़ेगा। वी नीड टू फिगर आउट वेज। सो लाइफ इज़ ऑल अबाउट कि आप एक एक सीढ़ी चढ़ के ऊपर जाते हो, फिर वापस सीढ़ियाँ चढ़ के आप दूसरे फ्लोर पे जाते हो, फिर दूसरी सीढ़ियाँ चढ़ के, फ्लोर हमेशा नीचे से ऊपर जाता है। ओके, बिल्डिंग्स हमेशा नीचे से ऊपर जाती है, ऊपर से नीचे नहीं आती। बिल्डिंग्स ऊपर से नीचे नहीं बनती, नीचे से ऊपर बनती है। तो व्यक्ति नीचे से ऊपर बढ़ा होता है 99% ऑफ टाइम। सो व्हाट आई मीन टू से, देयर इज़ अ राइट टाइम फॉर एवरीथिंग। आप ट्राई सब कुछ करो, बट नहीं मिलता तुरंत तो आप अफसोस मत करो। उसका अल्टरनेट ये है कि सीधी सी बात है कि ज़रूरी नहीं कि 100 में से 100 लोगों को जो सोचा वो अभी मिल जाए। ठीक है, 100 में से एक टाइम पे 50 या 10 लोगों को ही वो चीज़ उस टाइम पे होगा, बाकी 90 लोगों को नहीं होगा। क्यों नहीं होगा? बहुत सारी प्रॉब्लम हो सकती है। एक वो चीज़ होगी कि मेहनत की, मतलब मेहनत नहीं की अच्छे से। दूसरी चीज़ कंसिस्टेंसी नहीं शो की। तीसरी चीज़ नेगेटिव हो गए। चौथी चीज़ की मतलब किस्मत ने साथ नहीं दिया। सब कुछ भी हो सकता है। देयर कैन बी XYZ रीज़न ऑफ फेलियर्स, बट इंस्टेड ऑफ जस्ट लाइक वेटिंग, सिटिंग एंड थिंकिंग ओके क्या होगा कैसे होगा, जस्ट फोकस ऑन योर करंट, कीप मूविंग. So keep moving and you'll achieve, guys, whatever you want. Okay, a job is not a big deal in life, and at the end of the day, statistical programmer is a job role. If you're looking for this job, I believe, yeah, okay, that's totally fine, you're not getting it now, but it doesn't mean you are not eligible or you will not get it. Now it gonna take time, and if it is taking time, if you are if you are sitting idly, that should be not the position. Okay, you should start doing something. Sir, it has been 5 months the blank as programmer jobs. Ohita Sri, you can connect me through one-to-one counseling. There I can guide you. Okay, what would be the better way, or what you can do, or maybe I'll ask you how you are applying all those things. Then I can give you feedback accordingly. What are the things you should improve in the applying part? अभिषेक बोल रहा मैं कनेक्ट भी कर रहा हूँ, बात भी कर रहा हूँ सर, कुछ रिस्पॉन्स नहीं आ रहा. ओके Abhishek, if you have my number, just connect me. If you don't have, connect me through one-to-one counseling. Maybe there I can guide you. Kati, sure. In the coming videos, I'll try to make in English only. Okay. So guys, hope finally I have answered most of your questions. So let's finally end this live discussion for today. Let's meet in the coming Sunday live discussion again. In the coming Sunday as well, we are going to have this live discussion at 9 or 10 p.m. mostly on 9 p.m. So let's end this live discussion as of now. Thank you everyone. Bye bye everyone, and good night everyone.